Lander has capitalized on 2 huge errors by the Spartans after a weird botched play at third base.
If you are parked by the Phillies cream trailer, can you please move your car?
I don't know which one they need moved is the problem. I didn't read the full text.
And the little hatchback.
So we can get to the car. Well, they're
Phillies and cheese sound good.
that's adding the
And then I'll go back for 3 weeks, and then I'm off for all of August.
I think it's
Yeah, super easy.
You're live.
Awesome. So it is 3-6 in favor of Rock Springs after they just had a pitchers meeting up there with the entire infield. And it looks like it will be one Lander Lobos on second base after those errors, with the pitcher Steele throwing to Velarde.
That's nice.
Bill Bush drops it into the gap there, and there was a little bit of a mistake by the second baseman, and that will send Luke all the way to third, or that will send Alex Officer all the way to third.
Whoever has the tan hatchback that's parked by the food wagon, please go move your car.
So you need to get in there with that.
Issue with the food truck.
Yeah, I think it's.
I can move my little white pickup so I can drive through.
That might help, actually, if you wouldn't mind.
But as soon as I move, somebody's else.
Now we have Luke Roberts, and he's going to hit it right into the infield. Pitcher's going to come and grab it and look towards first, where Sam Bush will get back out there. Will Bush will get back out there to first.
Really? Yeah. Each kid has.
And now we are at 2 outs in the second inning. 4-6 in favor of Rock Springs. And Sam Bush knocked it all the way out there, but it's foul. Send everyone back to the corners. And we will do this all over again with Sam Bush looking to get on the board for the first time today. He is 0 for 1 on the day. Braden Steele, the pitcher for Rock Springs, is getting close to 50 pitches. A little bit of a delayed response, and the ball goes into the crowd, almost hitting a very small dog. And it is 2 strikes, no balls, 2 outs. We are still working on some technical difficulties, but for the most part, we are here and happy to be broadcasting with y'all. And look at this hit right out there into outfield, and it looks like center field probably has it, and he does. And that will put it into the second inning, and we will go into the bottom of the second with the score 6-4 in favor of Rock Springs.
Want access to local news, sports, events, and more? Download the WYO Today app. Now available on all platforms. Stream your favorite radio station, submit something to buy, sell, or trade for deals on the dial, or view contests and special coupons. Better yet, the WYO Today app is the best way to access free HD video of Fremont and Hot Springs County athletics. It's all at your fingertips. Head to your app store or visit wyotoday.com to download the WYO Today app now.
There are 2 ways to buy 4x4 gear, the expensive way and the smart way. The expensive way is when you buy a new truck or SUV and the dealer sells you the brush guard, the heavy-duty bumpers, the steps, lights, winch, you name it. He rolls it all in with your loan into your monthly payment. But here's the smart way. Shop at Wyoming 4x4, where you get expert advice from Dan, quality gear, professional installation, all for a whole lot less than you'd spend at a car dealer. Wyoming 4x4 on North Federal in Riverton. The smart way to roll.
Community Health Centers of Central Wyoming has locations across Fremont County ready to serve you at DuBois Medical Clinic, Riverton Community Health, and Lander Community Health Pediatrics. We accept all forms of insurance, including Medicaid and Medicare. Are you struggling to get medical care? Ask for their sliding fee scale. From family medicine to pediatrics, Community Health Centers are here to serve you. Call 307-463-7160 or visit chccw.org to schedule your appointment.
Hi, this is Terry Banker. I'm minister at New Hope Christian Church in Lander, Wyoming. We want to support the kids of this area academically, athletically, and spiritually. Our address is 630 Mount Hope Drive. Come to Sunday school at 9:30 and our worship service at 10:45.
My name is Sarah Lowe, and I have been in law enforcement in Fremont County for 13 years. I didn't know much about therapy in general until I got injured in October of 20 chasing a cow. So I had to get shoulder surgery. And after my surgery with Fremont Orthopedics, I went to Fremont Therapy. And they were really excited to see you. So it was a really warm welcome. Tried all sorts of different methods to increase and make sure I had the best mobility for my job. Rachel's a firecracker. She's just a little spitfire. It was fantastic, a great environment to go and have your therapy.
Alrighty, you guys can hear me. The score is on the screen fixed here shortly. And I am Sean O'Brate, and you are going to hear my lovely voice for the next inning while Travis Gupton over here fixes some technical difficulties. And right off the bat, the Spartans get right out into outfield in the left, and it will be the left fielder that misses the grab, and that will lead to a leadoff double for number 5, Owen Patterson for the Spartans. And now it would be number 17, Kyle Cahill, after that leadoff pitch turned into a double for the Spartans. And Luke Whelan will be pitching a strike right off the bat, but that will be his 27th pitch so far. And that will lead to a 1-strike advantage right off the bat against Patterson. Or against Cahill, I'm sorry. And Patterson tries to run to third, and he's going to be tagged out.
What'd you call?
You didn't see it.
No call.
And there's a
no call, that means it's safe.
A no call, but that ball got there way before he got to read third base. And call him second.
Come on, let's go.
I don't understand that from here because the ball was in the glove of number 42, Caden Rowan, really early, but I guess he was off the bag or didn't tag him. Either way, that will lead to Owen Patterson at third as Cahill fouls it into the back of the fence. Got a little bit of it there. Wheeling up to 30 pitches after right now. And Lander is desperately trying to get out of this inning without letting them score any more. And that will be a pop-up, and it looks like the catcher wants it. And he's got it. A little bit of an athletic grab there after him and the pitcher were trying to discuss who needed it more. So that will be the first out of the inning, and Whelan got away with that one. He was going pretty well there against Cahill, and now it will be Braden Steele, the pitcher, up to bat. Braden Steele watches the first one go into the dirt, ball 1. And Braden Steele is already 1 for 1 today. Trying to make it 2 for 2, but not if Whelan can have anything to do about it, and that is strike 1. 1-1 count, 1 out, bottom of the second, 6-4 in favor of Rock Springs in the batter's box. Still have Patterson, a speedy guy on third, and that will fly over into the visitors' dugout and then into the tennis courts. Little kids here love it when the baseballs go over the fence because they get to go and try and retrieve it.
You have another food truck.
1-2 count for Whelan. Coming up against the pitcher, Steele. Trying to strike him out here so that he can at least try and get out of this inning without Patterson coming across home. And that will be a little outside, ball 2.
Thank goodness. That got picked up.
2-2 count. Whelan checks third, and he is about to pitch again. And that is driven right into the outfield, right towards center. He's got it. He's going to throw it to home. And it's going to be a little late. And that is score 1 for Rock Springs, but that will be out number 2 for Orlando Lobos. So that will be 7-4 in favor of the Spartans. As Aiden Walker steps into the batter's box for Rock Springs. First pitch is in the dirt, ball 1. And Lander looks like they are really getting into the groove of the game here. That was a nice play by the center fielder. Came right at him, but he knew what he needed to do. And the second pitch there will be in the dirt as well, ball 2. Aiden Walker 0 for 1 today.
I'll make an announcement too, Blaine, okay?
And the Phillies and Cheese Truck is calling my name. I did not eat breakfast on the way here. And that will be strike 1, painting the inside corner there. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs at the bottom of the second. Rock Springs leading at this opening game of the day. We have a pretty fun day after this. And that will go into the outfield in between right and center field. And it will be the right fielder Shade that throws it towards second. And that will be a double for Aiden Walker.
Just a reminder, we will have Lander Lobos players walking around selling 50-50 tickets. You do not have to be present to win.
And if you didn't hear that, 50-50 tickets available if you come down to the Lander City Park. We have plenty of good games today after this. If you are just in it for Lander, then you can come back for the later game, but the in-between games are going to be some pretty interesting matchups. We got Gillette versus Cheyenne, we got Casper versus Glenrock, and then back to Lander 1 at 6 p.m. And it will be Hudson Conrad up to bat after the first strike, and now he fouled that one as well. Second strike. 0-2 count at the bottom of the second, and Whelan would love for this to be the last out of the inning and to only get out of this with just 1 run. Especially with the batting that the Lander Lobos showed in the top of this inning. They think they can get this back to tied, maybe even in their favor, and that will be ball number 1.
Nice pitch.
Just a tad bit inside for Whelan. As Hudson Conrad, who's 1 for 1 today, looks at this 4th pitch. And that 4th pitch will be low. Deuces wild, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the second, Rock Springs up by 3.
Keep bringing them in there. Them are good.
And if you can't hear, the crowd is getting bigger and bigger by the inning. So if you have time, or if you are looking for something to do, as ball 3 is on the outside there for Whelan, if you are looking for something to do, feel free to come on down to City Park. We got food trucks, we got 50-50 raffles, we got some great baseball.
Come on, buddy. You ready, infield? Knock it down. Yeah, boy, let's go. There you go.
Really swinging as Hudson Conrad thought he was going to get a hold of that one. And we will go to the top of the 3rd inning with Lander down 3 to Rock Springs. We will be right back.
High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit highplainspower.org.
Your car or truck is an investment. When it needs repairs, you need someone you can trust to do the job right. Take it to Gunner's Automotive. They repair all makes and models of cars and trucks, from oil changes to brakes, tires, and more. Gunner's Automotive, 856-2288.
At Teton Therapy, our people make the difference. You can live pain-free. The amazing staff at Teton Therapy can help, in Lander and Riverton.
In any sport, athletes face the chance of sustaining an injury. According to the Athletic Training Association, 90% of student athletes reported some sort of sports-related injury. What's more is 54% report playing while injured. For various reasons, sports-related injuries are increasingly leaving our youth at risk of exposure to opioid-based pain medication. Fremont WhenTheGameSlowsDown.com is here to help navigate monitoring medication, social support, and suggestions on what to do when the game slows down. Brought to you by Fremont County Prevention Program.
And as we wait for the pitcher to finish his warm-ups, we will let you know that there is more than just a 50-50 going on here. There's a lot of fun happening, and there is plenty of stuff to do, especially with the games between Gillette and Cheyenne and Casper and Glenmont taking up the middle of the day today. There's quite a bit out here to do. And we're just looking forward to a lot of good baseball today, leading into the state championship and the semifinals on Sunday, which I will be excited to call with Travis here. We're going to be here all day on Sunday, aren't we, buddy?
Yeah, we're going to be here all day, and definitely going to have a lot of fun between the teams in the semifinals. And this is a big matchup because with both teams having one win, the winner of this game will, at least as far as I understand, guarantee their spot in the semifinal match in the pool.
And that was a nice hit out there into center field, just a little bit long, went right into the glove, so 1 out.
Yeah. A lot of players
And so that will bring up, trying to see who that is. Zach. That is going to be Zach Ward.
I'm your responsibility.
Pitch by Steele, swung on and fouled off to the right side.
I said so.
Jack Ward 0 for 1 today, but man, he can get it. And he is a strong kid. He can get this ball way out there if he can get a good chunk of it. And we were watching Braden Steele hit 48, number 48 right now.
It's top of 3, whoever has my scoreboard.
Yes, top of the 3rd inning here.
There it goes.
And I said,
Scoreboard operator out here a little bit lacking. And there he goes. He's going to hit it right towards second base. And
nicely done by the second baseman here, as he 100% had a nice, his feet moving really well, and did really well for sure. 2 outs now as we go to the next batter, which is going to be Josh Benz. And his first pitch is going to be swung on and hit back towards the, right behind us. A little creek runs through the back of the field here.
Okay.
And it is an 0-1 count. Next pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike number 2. So quickly, this is a possibility of a quick 1-2-3 inning here for Rock Springs, who lead by a score of 7-4 right now.
Can I have like 35 tickets?
Pitch on the way is strike 3 outside corner, and that'll end the top of the third inning. So we go to the bottom of the third. Rock Springs leads 7-4.
When repairs are complete after a collision, you expect your car, SUV, or truck to look like new. That's the service you'll receive at Stork Auto Body in Riverton. Professionalism and meticulous attention to detail. You can depend on Stork Auto Body, 841 Miniweb Avenue, Riverton.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
Riverton's Hampton Inn & Suites is proud to sponsor our youth athletics in Fremont County. Fremont County school athletics provide our youth timeless experiences and lessons that can lead to success for life. Setting goals, teamwork, and hard work make young athletes into good citizens.
And welcome back. It will be the bottom of the third here, and it will be Rock Springs up to bat.
We gotta wait.
And it will be number 11, Sean Stone. That will be up in the batter's box, hitting right-handed against Luke Whelan, who is nearing 50 pitches already.
Stone pitched in the game yesterday. And
right in the dirt for ball number 1.
So the game tonight is at 5, not 6. Complete clerical error on my part.
If you could not hear
that's great. That's great news.
If you could not hear that, ladies and gentlemen, the game between Green River and Lander 1 team will not be at 6 p.m. It will be at 5 p.m. as Stone hits it right down the middle of the gap. Center fielder will throw it, and that will be a single to lead off the bottom of the third for the Spartans.
And that does make sense because the opening ceremony yesterday was at 5, and so that makes sense that we would move that game to 5. Which means we get home at 8. We get home at like 8.
Will that mean that the game tomorrow at 6 p.m. is also at 5?
Yeah.
So everything is remaining the same. Games start at 9 a.m. tomorrow and Sunday, but tomorrow's 6 p.m. game between Lander 2 and Casper, which Travis and I will also call, will be at 5, not 6 p.m. And that foul means that Sean Stone has to go back to first base, as he thought he was going to be able to steal second pretty easily there.
Stone is a really entertaining player to watch. He pitches really well.
As I'm sad I didn't get to watch him pitch. I was quite busy yesterday, but watching him run as he tries to steal third again, and that goes right through the gap between third and short, and he's going to run to third, and he's going to be at the base, and that's safe.
Yeah, he's a great base runner as well. He's also very tired, it looks like, after that.
I would be too. He stole second, then had to run back to first, then stole second, and then he goes all the way to third. He also seems to be one of the taller kids out there, and looks pretty speedy as far as I'm concerned here. So you got runners on first and third as Caden Plude steps into the batter's box for Rock Springs. No outs as Whelan throws pitch number 50 right here, and he's going to... And they are not even going to try and attempt to throw him out at second, so steal for Carlson.
Actually, it is a defense indifference.
There we go. I like that turn better.
That's what is actually.
And look at that lead off.
Throw over to third, not in time.
Carlson got about halfway to third.
And literally, for those of you who are listening in, everything I know about baseball and how to call baseball is because of the woman to my left. Miss Kelly taught me what a defensive indifference was. Didn't know that was actually a thing. I didn't know that was actually a stat. So, and so, if you don't know what it is, which I feel like I'm going to tell everybody who knows, but in defensive indifference is basically when a runner is at third, they're going to let that runner at first go to second because they don't want to throw over to first to cause an error and allow him to score.
Yeah, the error is what everyone's always worried about, especially when they're running to second like as fast as Carlson did there. So, 1 strike, 2 balls into the 4th pitch there, and that is ball number 3 for Whelan. He started off this batter really well, throwing a great strike to the outside corner, but since then it's been 3 balls and no strikes, so 3-1 count, no outs. And that will be strike 2, full count coming up here for Klude. And Whelan would love to strike him out here and not give Sean Stone any sort of opportunity to get to home.
7-4 is the lead here, and another large lead off. That ball's going to get crushed to the left. That one is going and gone.
And that will mean that Rock Springs will take a 10-7 or 10-4 lead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was a absolute no doubter. That was crushed.
Almost immediate outfielder. I'm not getting it.
And that was done by Klude. He did not play yesterday, so that one's got to feel good.
And yeah, he looks like he's got some strength. He might be one of the more back players on that team right now. He's definitely up there as far as height goes. He might be the tallest player on that team. But now, Whelan just needs to have a goldfish's memory, just forget everything that just happened and try and get out of this inning that he has 0 outs and with 55 pitches under his belt already, as Mike Sell, number 3 for the Spartans, comes up to bat and immediately fouls it off into his own dugout.
Yeah, Max Mikesell, another one of the prolific hitters here for this Rock Springs team. This is a team, like I've mentioned before, that the Lobos know really well. They've played Rock Springs 7 times. This will be the 7th time Rock Springs and the Lobos have met here on this field this season.
So you know that they have their ideas on who they want to pitch to and who they don't, and Klude there definitely took advantage of Whelan. Maybe he didn't realize how much strength he had behind him, but now we'll have another hit. That will be out into center field, and center fielder cannot get to it. Lets it hit the wall. He's going to throw to second. It's not going to get there in time. It's actually going to be dropped there by the shortstop. Still a double there for Max Mikesell, as Colton Carlson at the bottom of the lineup is going to come up here and try and knock in a little bit more for Rock Springs in this 3rd inning.
Yeah, this Rock Springs team, like I said, they know how to hit. They know how to hit well, and you've got a friend.
I do. I'm not afraid of bees like my wife, but I don't like when they get near my face. And there's another hit way out there, and center field's going to call for it, and he's got it. Out number 1 for the Lobos.
And again, for those of you who are just tuning in, the stakes are pretty high in this game already, as we're only in the 2nd day of the tournament. It's win and you're in. If I understand how the pool play works out, because you'd have 2 wins in a row.
And this Lander team will play Casper tomorrow night, like I said, at 5 p.m. Travis and I will be back here for that game.
That should be an absolutely phenomenal game.
Yeah, and no matter how this game goes for Lander, they're definitely going to try and get that win there because they know what it means if Casper gets in. They don't like Casper, so it will be an interesting matchup tomorrow. We have quite a few interesting matchups tomorrow. I think that Glen Rock versus Rock Springs game at 3 p.m. is also going to be pretty good.
I'm looking forward to the Casper game today after coming off of the coming off of the game that they had against Rock Springs yesterday. It was such a really good game and a really hard-fought game. I expect the Valor to come out and they are going to play hard, they're going to play fast, and they're going to play Valor baseball, which is run the bases quickly.
And that'll be strike number 2 for Whelan. Or is that strike number 1? Yeah, strike 1 looking there. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Bottom of the third for Whelan here. And number 5 gets a piece of it. Owen Patterson, the top of the lineup, gets a big piece of it, and they're going to throw to home, and he's not going to make it in time, so Patterson's going to get the second. And that is going to score Max Mikesell at home, making the score 11-4 in favor of Rock Springs at the moment.
And so we're kind of getting into a dangerous part of life here for this Lobos team because should they...
We're going to have a meeting at the mound here. It looks like they're going to hand off the pitching duties to number 17, Zach.
Is that Zach Ward?
Yes, it is.
Zach Ward will step in, and Whelan would probably switch with him. So let's take a commercial break, and when we come back, we will reset everything. It is 11-4 in favor of Rock Springs.
Former University of Wyoming quarterback Josh Allen is worthy of Wyoming.
23 plays into my first start here at the University of Wyoming. I dropped back, kind of went through a progression. I saw the middle of the field kind of open up. I decided to lower my shoulder. His helmet went straight into my collarbone here. We landed on the 20-yard line. At that moment, I knew something was really bad.
So Josh's collarbone was pretty bad. He had broken in multiple places, and it required hardware fixation with the plate in order to get it back together.
It was devastating news to me and my family, just knowing that, it could have ended 23 plays in.
We had no question whether we could perform the surgery here, given our wide range of varying subspecialties within orthopedics.
I would recommend Premier Bone and Joint Centers. The thing that made me feel really comfortable with them was they made it feel like your own family.
I think he'll have no problem performing in the NFL. His rehab and his recovery done very well, and I don't see any restrictions on him whatsoever.
They want the best for you, and they won't steer you wrong.
Let us show you why we're worthy of Wyoming.
During winter storms, it doesn't take long for roads to turn slick. Snowfall is often accompanied by high winds, and blowing and drifting snow can make it difficult to see the road. Speed limits are based on dry pavement conditions and good visibility. Be ready to reduce speed and increase following distance. Crashes are twice as likely to happen when it's slick out, and it's usually because someone is driving too fast for conditions. Remember, when there's ice and snow, take it slow. This message is brought to you by WYDOT.
Central Wyoming College now offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in Early Childhood Education and Organizational Management and Leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied Science degrees.
Why?
Sorry, I can barely hear myself over that, but yeah, Ward is going to have his work cut out for him as he enters this bottom of the third on the mound. Down 11-4 with just 1 out, and Kyle Cahill for the Spartans is going to be in the batter's box with that 1 out. He's 1 for 2 already today. With Owen Patterson on second base, he's very speedy, and that will be kind of dangerous, something he needs to keep an eye on as he starts pitching here.
Yeah, Ward did not pitch in the game yesterday, as that first pitch is going to be, I think that was a ball on the outside corner.
Yes, the umpire didn't say it very loudly, but yeah, ball on the outside corner. And they've been trying to paint that outside bottom corner a lot today. Trying to do it there again, a little bit more outside. That time it's 2 balls, no strikes.
Yeah, this Rock Springs team is a very, very hard team to work to deal with when you're playing them. They are very well equipped to hit. They're very well equipped to run. They play defense really well. And this Lobos 2 team is the JV squad, if I understood correctly.
They call it that on Game Changer, but all these kids out here, I mean, they've been playing baseball for years, so it's a lot of experience still, and 3 balls, now 4 balls, and that will be a walk to start off Ward's pitching debut in this tournament.
Ward did hit yesterday.
And there's Carl Cody. Hi, Carl. Thank you for joining us.
For about all of 20 seconds.
Yeah, I didn't see him come up behind us.
A lot of these kids are.
A lot of these kids are the younger.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
They're like 16.
And Cahill's going to be on first, Patterson on second, as Braden Steele, the pitcher for the Spartans, is going to come up to bat, and he's going to watch the ball go way high, and it's a very good job by Bush at the catcher position to get up and grab that one before it goes over the head of the umpire.
Take a deep breath and come down the hill now.
And Miss Kelly has to step out to give words of encouragement, as she does in every game.
And another super high pitch there. It was a little bit lower, but still get a little bit more under control, and Ward could definitely use some help here, maybe by some poor batting by Steele, hopefully rounding into a double play, hopefully. But right now, 2 balls, 0 strikes, 1 out, and Patterson's going to run to third, and
he almost slid over the bag.
He did, yeah. He got the ball to Whelan pretty quickly, but Whelan was just a little bit outside and off the bag. So Patterson going to be on third as Cahill ran to second, and now the umpire's making sure the bag kicked the bag up out of the dirt. So.
Yeah, we were talking about this, Sean. Sorry, I'm kind of been in and out.
No, he's been working on technical difficulties.
Yeah, so this field, we talked about it yesterday, is in immaculate condition thanks to a lot of different moving parts. The city of Lander helps out with this field, and they do an absolute fantastic job. And the field crew for the teams does really good. You missed probably one of the funnier things we saw yesterday. At least I thought it was funny. No one else did. Pitch is going to be in there for strike 1. Yesterday, Paxton Reese got a hold of the side-by-side, and his dad was up here, and he was shifting the dirt. And then he actually, before opening ceremony, completely cleared out the lines. Which I thought was the funniest thing in the world, because his dad just kept saying, "I told you not to." Nice.
Ooh, nice.
That was a nice
there.
pitch.
Just like that backhand, man.
MVP.
Almost dropped a very expensive speaker out here.
He would have not gone for
Hey,
it.
Kelly, I got quick hands, man.
Yeah, so base is loaded here, and as we're talking about the field, I was out here for their very first practice of the season when I first got here in Wyoming, and Coach Reese was very upset with the way that he had shown into it. There was a lot of curvature on the bases, and you could not stand on the mound without breaking your ankle. So the way that it looks today, just from 3 months ago, is, you're right, the word is immaculate. That is exactly what they've done to this field, because it looks nothing like it did 3 months ago.
And by the way, that is a big word for me, so I'm glad I could spit that out. Right, that's it. 4 syllables, nothing else. Swing and a miss. Wow, nice pitch there by Ward. And like you said, bases loaded, and we're reaching that area of this game where the run rule could come into effect.
I hope it doesn't.
We hope it doesn't. You're right, but we will. It's 11-4, and bases loaded, and nowhere to put. Trying to see who that is.
Oh, Aiden Walker.
That's
sorry.
Aiden Walker at the plate. There's nowhere to put him, and so if I understand the rule now, it's 10 after 4. But because they are the home team, that was going to be there for strike 2.
Strike.
But because it's going to be the top of 5th. And if we reach that point, we're hoping we don't reach that point. But if we do, that's how that would play out.
Yes. And we were talking about it as he throws, winds up, and that's going to go to third.
And it's going to go off the glove of Whelan. He is going to not tag him, and it's going to score a run.
Oh, wow, he did not tag him. So everyone gets to base there, and that'll score that run. And now it'll be 12-4 in favor of Rock Springs. But I thought he tagged him. Maybe he didn't get the ball in his glove fast enough.
Ty Massey, the field umpire, was right there, so he had to have seen something. Which, by the way, Ty Massey is a baseball player in Montana. He plays in Montana for college level, and he's done a pretty good job in the times I've seen him, which is like every game I've been here, because I feel like that's Kelly's go-to. So he's learning to be an umpire, and he's doing a pretty good job, pretty fair job indeed.
I'm jealous of him just going to school in Montana, because even though I love K-State, where I went in Kansas, there's not a whole lot of scenery around the school. So to be able to go to school in the mountains would have been really nice. And jealous of him up there. So
Nico plays for Iowa. He plays for a school in Iowa.
Okay, so Nico plays the home plate umpire. Nico plays for a school in Iowa too. So two guys who learning how to be umpires, and this is going to be a curveball that doesn't break. And Conrad, which by the way is not the person you want up at the plate with bases loaded and only one out.
No, it is not. He had a pretty good hit earlier, and I mean, ball 3, no strikes. You got to get something going here if you want to get, and that's not going to help.
That's not going to help. Yeah.
Run.
And honestly, I know this is crazy. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, because Sean Stone, even though he did knock one way into outfield just a couple minutes ago, it feels like, but it's not the person you want with Conrad out there. And I think they're going to have a pitcher's meeting here.
Actually, it's going to be a pitch and change.
Already?
They're going to take Ward out. And
I think they're going to talk here first. They're going to have a whole meeting.
Well, he called the center fielder, and he's going to give the ball to the center fielder.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Here we go. We're going to have a pitching change. You want to go to commercial, my friend, and pay some bills.
Yeah, let's take some, pay some bills.
And we will be right back with the rest of the bottom of the third.
For Western Family Care for your health care. In addition to 4 locations in Fremont County, they also provide telehealth. Telehealth can be your go-to answer when you're out of town, on the road, or just can't get to urgent care. All you need is a good internet connection. To schedule a telehealth appointment, call 332-2941 today. That's 332-2941. Lander Medical Clinic and Western Family Care. With telehealth, they're putting your health first every time.
Riverton Vision Center offers comprehensive eye health exams, highly trained staff, and a large selection of fashion eyewear and sunglasses. Dr. Frazier, Dr. Hinkle, Dr. Ballard, and Dr. Davis offer over 70 years of experience. Call Riverton Vision Center at 856-9451 to schedule an appointment today.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
From the wide open spaces to the canyon near you, Wyoming.com is reaching more homes and businesses than ever before. For more than 25 years, we've aimed to provide the best internet and phone service to meet the needs of our customers all across the great state of Wyoming. Now it's getting even better. Wyoming.com, expanding to an area near you. Wyoming.com. We're out there.
Dalen Ayers is going to come in and pitch in relief of Zach Ward with one out in the bottom of the third inning. It is 13-4 in favor of Rock Springs, and Dalen must have a beef with Coach Velarde because that almost hit Velarde on a warm-up pitch.
We were talking about it, just watching an officer out there, just laying down, just chill. You can't really see him through the
Yeah, he's literally right where the pole is.
But yeah, just chilling. Every time they have a pitcher's meeting, he likes to take that to give his legs a break there.
That's right. That is right. I remember that. He had a swollen leg from the game yesterday, and Kevin said it was quote unquote a contusion. Take that as you will.
Fun word.
And but he's looking like he's out there good to go. And I think, personally, if this is state, I think you'd have to chop his leg off to get out.
Yeah, right. He wants to play.
Yeah, he wants to play. And these kids just like to have fun. That's just what they do.
9 for 2.
9 for 2.
Thank you, babe.
So that is Ethan Milron. I think that's it. Yeah, Milron is going to come in for Hudson Conrad. So it's going to be a pitch runner on first. And so he'll bring up. I'm trying to see who that is. Where did we just fly off to? Stone. Sean Stone. Thank you. Pitch on the way is swung on. So Stone was trying to make this one a 16-4 game. 17-4.
I'm going to take this time. I know we have quite a bit of championship stuff this weekend, and this is probably the biggest championship with it being Lander and being the state tournament for Babe Ruth. But for those of you that don't know, Monday and Tuesday night in Riverton is the Little League Championships. That'll be really fun because I love watching the kids play baseball out there. And then as he throws inside there for ball 1. And then on Wednesday here in Lander, actually right out there by Lander Valley High School in the softball fields behind the school, there will be the Lander Fast Pitch Softball Championships. And I went out and watched some games on Wednesday. Those girls can play.
Yeah, and we saw in Riverton where there was some females that played for the Raiders and were pitching for the Raiders, and they did really good. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that one plays out. I love softball. It's one of my favorite sports.
Me too. And the president, Miss Fouts, we were actually talking, and she said that in a scrimmage, the girls of Lander actually beat up the boys of Lander and said that they didn't even give them a mercy rule chance. They just kept beating them down. So if those girls can do that to the boys here in Lander, I think that we're going to have some good baseball, some good softball, on Wednesday. So come out Wednesday if you can, and it's going to be right to wheel and he drops it.
And that's going to be the 14-4. So right now we sit at the mercy rule, but we'd have to play the top of the 5th inning. So now I feel like I don't think, at least personally, I don't think Rock Springs is going to be content right now.
Oh no, especially with Carlson.
Yeah, with Carlson coming up, and Saban Carlson is one of those kids that if he wanted to and he gets the pitch he needs and wants, it's going to end up at that red barn across center field.
A nice low pitch.
Yeah, low ball 1. I think we said yesterday that dead center field is the 405 mark. Is that what we said?
Yeah.
Okay. Outside, that's going to be a strike. 1-1 now. I think it was left field is 310, dead center is 405, and right field is about 315.
I couldn't hit over any of that with the strength that I have right now because I am dead tired from not eating breakfast. So there's a nice shot.
That's going to get through, and that's going to score another run. That may score 2. It will, as Officer is not going to send it home, so now we go to 16-4. And so then my question becomes, if this continues, is there a 5th? No, there's not. It's just 10 after 4. That's right.
Yeah, no, this is just, they just need to get out of this inning, and they need to clear their head. And like I said earlier, everyone here needs to have a goldfish memory and just start putting the bat to the ball whenever they get back into the batter's box here. And he's going to steal third real easily.
And they're going to try to steal first. Is that one, or steal second? Is that one is going to, everyone's going to move up 90 feet is what ended up happening. And that is strike 1 in the outside corner for Plude.
And Plude, if you remember at the beginning of this inning, or at the beginning of this bottom of the inning, hit that 3-run home run. He's already back in the batter's box looking to make it another 3-run home run for his stat sheet today.
Yeah, I don't think Plude is content with just 1 home run. That is going to be in the dirt. And so now the pitcher for Lander, which I kind of blinked on, is Dalen Ayers. Ayers is struggling. Pitch is going to go off the glove of the catcher, Sam Bush, and that is going to make it a 1 count with still just 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
Speaking of multi-home runners, we watched a good one the other day. Someone had 3 home runs in outside the Parker technically.
Yeah, and I talked to that pitch is swung on and popped up. That could possibly be